your life sucks right now, or it could be better, please just listen. I'm no philosopher, I'm no Instagram motivational guy, but just please, you need to find something that you're passionate about. Usually the happiest people wake up every single day because they found what they like to do. And I'm not trying to be one of those guys. I promise you, I'm not trying to be that guy with the dark ambient lighting, with the motivational song in the background, but I'm being full honesty. This comes from someone who from like 17 to literally 21 years old used to sit on my disgusting, stinky fat ass every single day, and just refresh YouTube. Like, it's okay, Jake Paul did post new music. Oh, Rice Gum diss track? I'd sit here all day because I had nothing going for me. I didn't like anything. I just like to watch other people do fun stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, screw them. But I'd still watch. I'd purposely dislike every video of someone doing something fun because I actually hated my life. Swear to God. But listen, you have to look at people like, okay, IShowSpeed, for example. This kid was like 15 years old, starting streaming in his small, gross, smelly room, screaming to the mic every single day. Scream, grind, filming 10 to 12 hours a night after school. That's actually hard. Like, that's actually disgustingly hard. You might think like, oh, all I have to do is just click a video, blah, 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 blah. It actually, to put on a personality, to put on a front of like energy and screaming, because if you are not entertaining for just 4 seconds, if you're quiet for even 3 seconds, especially when people don't even know you yet, especially when people don't know who you are and they're watching you for the first time, you have to entertain like that instantly. That's hard. And he didn't stop. He didn't quit. He kept going.
Goodbye.
Wakes up every single day now to people chanting his name. Everywhere he goes, he gets to travel wherever he wants, go wherever he wants. And what is he? Is he 20, 21 years old right now? He has the rest of his life now with all the money in the world. There's people debating, yo, who do you think's on podcasts right now? Like, who do you think makes more money, Drake or IShowSpeed? People still don't know. That's how much money he makes. That's how much freedom he has. That's the fame he has. It's whatever he wants. I mean, that's like everyone's dream, to be young, to be 20, 21 years old with that freedom to do whatever you want to do with millions of people supporting you, because all he did was just start at 14 years old and find what he loves.
Hey, you gonna scratch your ass in front of me? That's it. Give me a handshake.
He loved entertaining, screaming, yelling, being funny, being himself on camera. So he probably wakes up every single day motivated with a heart on. Just every single day just gets up and wants to go straight, run through an absolute wall. It's crazy. It sounds very freakishly weird, but if you wake up with like, it's like you naturally wake up in the morning. Before, when I was watching the Jake Paul stuff, I didn't want to wake up. I was like, I don't want to wake up and just click. I would refresh the YouTube homepage 45 times a day. Now, like, I found that I love to film videos. I love to actually make them. I love to talk about things, like random things, sports, this, that, streamers. This does not matter. I like to make people laugh. Sometimes people will dislike, sometimes people will not laugh, think I'm a weirdo, a freak, fat, ugly, disgusting, Sid the Sloth, but I still want to make the videos because I think it's fun. And for the couple people out there that comment like, dude, this was hilarious, or dude, thank you, I this, that, that's why I want to wake up in the morning. The same thing with MrBeast. This dude had no personality, no nothing. He was a freak, so awkward on camera, and especially in the early stage. He's still pretty awkward, but before he was worse. And he said he would do Skype calls with his weird freak friends for 10 hours a day, just studying the YouTube algorithm before he even started making videos. That's weird. That's pretty weird, but it worked. The freakishness, the grind actually paid off. Sitting in those calls, who studies algorithms and thumbnails and testing different thumbnail varieties before even trying yourself? You was studying. Like literally the Luke Belmar, I studied, bro. Like that, but he actually did study. And look, it paid off. He gets to wake up every day and do something creative. Even though some of his videos are kind of just like the same thing, like $250,000, stand in this red circle, or do this, last to leave here. But it really was creative. He definitely gets to wake up and think, what can I make today? What inspiration can I get today?
Behind me are the most expensive cars in the world. No joke.
I mean, he got so big to the point where he just hired one of my friends, like one of my best friends from school. We've been living together. We live right across the street from each other in LA. MrBeast hired him. He pays $120K a year to be like a production assistant. And now my friend is moving from LA to North Carolina to go work for MrBeast. That's like how the level of how big he got, how just hiring people for $120K a year off LinkedIn because he had an idea, he studied, and he turned it. And I'm sure MrBeast also wakes up every day with a heart on of like, what kind of challenge can I make today to get millions and millions of views and do whatever I want, hire kids all around the world and give them money, and
I'm about to work this $10 million job as a professional athlete.
Spread pretty good news to people. After college, whether you've graduated or not, if you do go to college, life post-college or even post-high school, if you don't go to college, it's gonna get repetitive. It's gonna eventually start to suck. I promise you it's gonna be terrible sometimes, but you can change that. Most people go into accounting and end up working a job they don't want to do, or whatever it be, finance or podcasting or production, or that. If you don't love it, you are going to hate your life. If you get lucky enough and find a job after high school or after college that you do love, then sure. But even after work and working for someone for 6 to 8 hours a day, whatever it may be, you are going to hate your life at some points.
One of us, gobble, gobble, one of us, we accept that one of us.
So you need to find a side hobby, a side thing, not even to just make you money in general, but even if you do find a side passion, whatever it may be, if you're good enough at it, if you do it every single day for a year or 2 years, maybe you'll be able to make some extra change, some extra money on the side to save up and buy something you like, or eventually maybe even make enough money to quit your job one day. But that's not even the main goal. The main goal is to keep your mind spinning. Like, the one thing everyone in this world should do is do something that's creative. Like, have some sort of hobby or job, whatever it may be, that is creative, that like you can think of something, put that idea to paper. Like, if you think of someone like George Lucas, this guy had a documentary on him literally staying like a homeless man in his attic writing Star Wars. He just sat there and he studied it in school. He had so much inspiration. I was talking about this with an Uber driver last night, we talked about how George Lucas went to school and studied a bunch of different people who made random things, and he took all their ideas, locked himself in his room as a writer, and just started to write and create a fictional, creepy, weird, awesome world.
There is drama inherent in it because there is a lot of betrayal and a lot of things like that going on. But a lot of the subtleties of the story
How do you think of Yoda? How do you think of a small green midget lightsaber force pole? I like, Star Wars is my favorite thing ever. I watch Star Wars theories all the time, and I'm like, how did you think of this? How do you think of Jar Jar Binks? How do you think of the Force? How do you think of the storyline of Anakin Skywalker turning bad, turning to Darth Vader? How do you think of the plot twist, Luke Skywalker? There's millions of different planets, and there's Alderaan, Tatooine, millions of different side characters, Chewbacca, Han Solo, the Millennium Falcon. All this stuff came from someone's mind, and he put his mind to paper and eventually sold it to Disney for billions of dollars. Sure, Disney kind of did ruin it a bit, but before they ruined it, Star Wars was so awesome. It still is kind of awesome, but you just look at, like, I'm walking through Star Wars land at Disneyland, and I'm like seeing these things in person. I'm going on the Star Wars ride. I'm like in the Millennium Falcon that they built in real life with Jedi and Siths around me and people dressing up as stormtroopers. I'm like, this came from someone's brain. He just thought of this, wrote it down, turned it into the best series ever. Then millions of people worldwide saw his creation and then made fan theories, fan fiction, dress up as these characters. For Halloween, I was a stormtrooper for like 3 years in a row. I was a Jedi. I was this. I was like, I just don't understand. Like, it's the creativity. He probably woke up every single day like, shaboink, I cannot wait to wake up and go write this planet or this storyline or this, that. Like, think of J.K. Rowling too. I mean, she was rejected, 8 times for Harry Potter. People said, oh, no. Then one day, someone accepted it, published it, bam. We all know what Harry Potter is now. One of the best book series, movies ever. They have a Harry Potter world now. J.K. Rowling was I think she was a single mom with kids. She was dead broke and is now a multi-millionaire. Might even be a billionaire at this point. I don't even know what she is, but she's definitely loaded. Definitely has all the money in the world, all the freedom, and probably even inspired her more to write new things and this and that, and all the sales and all the people who just fell in love with Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling flew onto the scene faster than a Nimbus 2000.
Think of all the people that during Halloween, like me especially, when Halloween comes, I'm sitting down on my couch, making it all nice and cozy and hanging out with some friends or a girl, whatever, and we're watching Harry Potter because it's just the best vibes ever. It's like Halloween type, and it just came from someone's brain who was probably so happy to wake up every single day and write about it and do this and make this and like, oh, this is a cool idea. Let me write this down. Someday people are going to see this and read it and be like, who wrote this? Now, if you're not in a relationship or don't have as many friends as you think you should, when you find something you like to do, people can sense that. They can sense the ambition. They can sense that you love something. Now, I've made so many friends by telling them like, oh, I do YouTube videos. Like at first they make fun of me. They look at my views and look how no one really watches them except a couple great souls. They'll laugh, but they're like, I just love how you're addicted to it, how you love it. How like I go home every single night, every single day, and write down 3 new video ideas, then short form, then this and that, then building this other company called Daction that I'm working on. Like I'm just trying creative things all the time, all day, every day. And you make more friends doing that. I met my last 2, like my most recent girls I've been talking to because they saw how ambitious I was, how I really love to do this stuff. And even this one kid in Brentwood, California came up to me and took a picture with me in front of a girl, and it was awesome. And now multiple people have taken pictures with me, and I'm like, I never thought I'd be a guy who people go up to and take a picture with. I have no followers, like barely any subs, and there's still someone out there that I met in person that was like, hey Alex, I like your stuff, I saw your video, you're hilarious. I'm like, thank you. And this was when I was on a date, and then the girl saw it and it was awesome. It worked. It was so cool because I was ambitious about something. It doesn't matter if it's YouTube or whatever, it doesn't matter what you're ambitious about. You don't have to even have fans. But if there's something you go home to every single day and you work on and you grind and you grind and you grind, your parents will see and they'll respect, like they'll love that you like something. Even if it's a freakishly weird thing. I'm not even going to say the type of stuff that I think is freakishly weird, but you know, something's weird to someone else, something's cool to someone else. We have a different perspective on what's weird or not. Some people dress up as furries, some people make sports videos. They can think that's weird, they can think this is weird. It doesn't matter. If you like it, who cares? Realistically, who cares? But people will see that you're passionate, that you're driven, that you're motivated, and people love that. People love people who just are driven and happy and excited to wake up every day. I used to wake up at like, if I wasn't in school or I wasn't working, I used to get up at like 9:30, 10 a.m., sometimes 11 a.m., full honesty, sometimes even 12 p.m., not gonna lie. On the days when I was super bored and like I had nothing going on the next day, I would just sleep until 12 because I'm like, why do I need to get up early? Like I have nothing to do tomorrow. I'm just gonna go on YouTube or like just go take a walk or play basketball for an hour and then go home and then rewatch the same movie over and over again. But then when I found something I like to do, my body was like naturally waking me up with a hard on, like, yes, let's like get up at 7, like instinctively. I don't even set alarms anymore. Because I'm like, my body's like thinking about the new ideas in my head while I'm going to bed. I'm not saying like I was some philosophical genius, but ideas that sound cool to me, I'm like excited. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to make that video. As random and weird as it possibly is, someone out there is going to watch it and be like, this is cool. I'm like, yes. You see, like it's like a connection. Like you see, like my random brain thought of like comparing Darth Vader to Stephen Curry, and someone saw that and went, that's awesome. I'm like, I'm glad you think that. I thought it was awesome too. I thought about this idea all night last night, and then I just put it into a video form and made it and had someone edit it, and someone watched it and someone liked it. Someone even subscribed so they can see more of that stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. Like it feels so surreal when like if you paint something and someone goes, that's an awesome painting. Can I pay you $5 for it, or can you make me one? Like that is the best feeling in the world. So you will make so much more relationships with girls, guys, friends, whatever you want to do with your parents. You can repair so many relationships if they see that you're not a loser. You're not like some guy that just goes, my life sucks. I gotta get up tomorrow and go to work that I hate. But even if you're working a job you hate, if you're going to school and you hate it, at least from like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. you can find something you like to do for those 3 hours. You get excited all day at work to come home and work on it. Even if you're working a job or at school, find 3 hours, 2 hours a day to find something you like to do on the side, and you'll have that natural, like, I cannot wait to get off work at 5:30, 5 p.m. or get off at school at 5, 3, whatever you get off school, and go home and work on whatever you're working on. It adds a natural level of like just pure joy and excitement to your life. It's gonna suck too. When you're starting something that you like, a lot of people will be like, oh dude, you're kind of a dumbass for doing that. Well, that's not that funny. It's not that cool. You keep overhyping this thing you're working on. Like you're not Steve Jobs, big guy. You're not that creative. You're not that fun. People are gonna hate, regardless. Like, I literally made this video. It was SGA versus Homeland, or SGA versus Thanos. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. A lot of people liked it, and then still some people are like, bro, you're doing way too much. I'm gonna dislike this. I'm like, okay, I see now. Even if I think something is absolutely hilarious and is my best piece of work ever because I thought it was so funny, people will like it. And some people will just complain that you're doing too much. Like, you didn't have to click on the video. You could have just been like, this kind of sucks, and clicked off. But people like will go out of their way to be like, hey man, just want to let you know that this was absolute dog ass and I hate you, and how dare you make something that you thought was funny. But you know what? Fair. I totally understand. You're going to get people like that. They just will go out of their way if they're either angry at themselves or they actually just don't like you, which I don't like a lot of people. There's like, I hate Neon, the streamer. And I would honestly go out of my way to hate on him. Is it a bad disease I have? Sure. But we all have that. We all hate something or somebody. People are going to hate you. People are going to be like, bro, you're really going to skip our hangout session. You can go home and work on your thing. Yeah, I've done that. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm such a hardworking Elon Musk grinder. I'm not. I'm kind of a lazy fat ass. I skip a lot of things sometimes just to sit on my ass and do nothing all day, act like I'm so busy. But sometimes I will skip a dinner or hangout session because I want to literally sit in my room and make video ideas. And if I told them that, they'd be like, bro, you're a freak. Either do it later, or like, why are you skipping a hangout session with your friends or a girl to go think of video ideas? They're going to get like 14 views combined. Like, you're not him, bro. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. But maybe one day I'll work. Maybe one day it'll pay off. And if it ever does pay off, all of that like time spent being called a loser, a freak, a weirdo, unfunny, dumb, disliked videos, all that stuff, maybe if it works one day, all of it will pay off. I won't even care at all about what anyone ever said to me or anything. I'll be like, you know what? It was worth it. The random Wednesday thing I skipped, the random Friday night I skipped to make a video idea that got 10 views. Hey, 10 views is more than zero. As corny as it is, it's more than zero. That's 10 people that saw it. Maybe one person actually liked it and enjoyed it. That's one person. If you get one person every day for a year, that's 365 people. That's more people than zero. You have to start, and you have to sacrifice. You don't realize it, but a lot of people that, either you hate or you look up to, they sacrificed a lot to be where they are. They skipped a lot of times doing other stuff they could have done, a lot of time with their family or friends, or maybe even working on something else. They sacrificed a lot of time. It's a risk for sure. I was always confused when people are like, oh, you have to take risk in life. I'm like, but what is a risk? Is it really a risk if you like to do it and it's fun to you? As long as it's fun to you, it's never a risk. It's never a waste of time. That's what I'm saying. If you find something you like, you will wake up every day happy. That's the only thing that matters in this life.
Thank you so much for watching. Chosen Sports is at war versus ESPN, and we are fighting every single day to be bigger than them. So please subscribe and support our channel every day. It means a lot.